Okay, first things first. I've got some chemicals and everything on the counter. I think I've got almost everything pre-mixed. I'm gonna be putting some chemicals in their graduated cylinders soon, the developer, the stop bath, and the fixer measured out to the proper amount that I'll need in my Patterson developing tank. So here I've got things laid out, ready to develop. This dark bag is way smaller than I thought it was gonna be when I ordered it. So I have to fit in the development tank, 2 reels, and then the lid, or the thing that's going to make the development tank light tight. I've got 2 rolls of HP5 film. I'm using this because I took these 2 rolls when my camera was really acting up, and I don't really know what's gonna be on these anyway. They might be screwed up, and so I figured I could practice developing on these. They're also kind of old, so I'm not necessarily setting myself up for success using film like that. But like I said, I want to try to practice with some film that I know might not be the greatest. So I have to put all of this in this bag, and then I have to try with my eyes closed to get the tops off of these with this little can opener, film can opener, take the film out, and then spool it onto these reels. There are these little ball bearings here, and basically you slide the film into here. There are these 2 ridges, get it past the ball bearings, and then you kind of ratchet it back and forth, and that'll get the film on the reels. I'm doing 2, put it on the spindle, put it inside here, and then put the top on and lock it in like so, which is supposed to make it light tight. So let's see what happens. Okay. This thing is so small. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I should take my watch off. Ugh. Didn't think of that. Okay. Getting hands inside. I just don't want to screw this up. So, I can feel a film canister. I feel my scissors. I'm going to keep these here. I've got 1 reel here. And I'm looking for, okay, I've got the opener. I'm trying to open up the canister of film, the cassette. Not having any luck yet. Did I get it? Oh, I think I got it. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. I am taking out the film. I can feel it. I can feel the leader. And I want to cut that off. This is really not the easiest thing in the world to do. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this square at all. Okay. I have cut the leader off the film. I have grabbed a reel. I'm trying to feel the reel, to feel where those ridges are. I think I've got them. Okay, this is really hard. Maybe I should have practiced this with a piece of film or with a roll of film first. I think I'm getting it in. Maybe. I'm trying to shove it past those ball bearings. I don't know that I'm getting it here. It feels like it's getting caught up on something, or it's coming out of the reel. Where are those ball bearings? Ridge there, ball bearing there, I think. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And I knew it was probably going to be kind of hard. Damn. It almost feels like the reel is too narrow or something. Oh, I think I might have gotten it. I think I might have gotten it. The film is going on the reel. Okay, that was harder than I thought it was going to be. Okay, I'm getting to the end here. And I'm going to need to cut it off the end of the cassette. Once I get to that. There's still quite a ways to go here. Okay. Find my scissors. Don't want to cut through the bag, and that would be ridiculous. Okay. It feels like it got jammed up somehow. Maybe. Actually, I think it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to look for the spindle. And I'm going to put it through this one. I hope. And put that aside. Okay, that's one. I'm going to do the next one. Hopefully it'll go a little bit more easily this time. That went on way easier. Way more easily the second time. Okay. That is 2 reels of film. I can't reach anything in this frickin' bag. It's way too small. I'm worried that I'm like pushing in and causing light to come in. Okay, I've got my 2 rolls of film on the reel. Or on the spindle, placing it in the Patterson tank, getting the top of the tank, and okay, that is locked in. We should be good to go. So, I've got the film loaded in this Patterson tank. Got a lid here. I've got a bath going in the sink to try to get my developer exactly up to 68 degrees or 20 degrees Celsius because that's what it's supposed to be. I've also got, so there's my developer at a good 68 degrees. Then I've got my stop bath and my fixer all measured out. It takes 600 milliliters to fill this Patterson tank when you have 2 reels in there. And I'm just gonna go through the whole process. I also got an app called the Mass Dev Chart. And I have plugged in all the parameters here. I have Ilford HP5 Plus 35 millimeter. I shot it at ISO 800. I've got D76, Kodak D76 developer. Oh shoot, I did the developer at 1 at stock solution. I was gonna do 1:1. So I actually need to pour 300 milliliters of this developer out and put some water in. So I need to do that. And then I'm gonna be 16 minutes and 30 seconds at 20 degrees Celsius. And then they have the whole thing here where it does the development, stop bath, fixing, hypoclear, final wash. And it'll have a metronome for when you need to actually agitate and everything. So I'll show you that. I'm not gonna show you the whole 16 minutes and 30 seconds, but I have to actually dilute my developer. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, here we go. Patterson tank. I have got my developing solution. I need to be ready to press start as soon as I start pouring this in. So I guess I'll do that right now. Pour in developer. I think they have a little runoff until the timer starts for agitation. Put the lid on. Okay, I'm supposed to agitate. rotating, agitating. It's spilling out. Okay, and then you give it a tap for bubbles. I want to figure out why this is leaking. Oh, here we go. Wasn't actually on all the way. Okay. Hopefully that means it's not going to leak next time. So this timer with the metronome just works so it'll get to a point where it'll start beeping at me again. And that's when I start agitating. I think it's every 30 seconds, and this is gonna last for 16 minutes and 30 seconds. So you'll see a little bit of it, but we'll definitely cut some out. I think you agitate for 30 seconds every minute, maybe? I should probably keep this in my bath of water that is at the proper temperature. I don't know if that's totally necessary or not, but that's why I have it going here. Okay, agitation. That's it. It's cool that it does all this for you. All right, this is gonna take a while. For about 14 minutes and 35 seconds, I stopped putting it in the bath because I just figured it's kind of wasteful for water. I did it for over half of the development time, and it's about 68 degrees in here. Anyway, I think we're gonna be okay. We're getting ready, or we're getting to the point where we're gonna need to dump out the developer and get the stop bath in. And so I'm gonna start pouring it out a little bit before. Nice metronome helping me out here. Bing, 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 pop. Pretty cool. Mass Dev Chart app. Or the Massive Development Chart app on iTunes, or on the iPhone. So we're at 15:23. I think when we're about 16:15, I'm gonna start dumping out the developer and starting to put in the stop bath. So we're getting close. It's been a while. This is a long development time. I was looking up times for Tri-X, which is what I'm mostly gonna be shooting. And it's only about 9 minutes, I think 9.75 minutes or something like that. So this one is definitely a bit longer. Of course, I'm pushing this +1 as well. I shot it at 800. Here we go, coming up on 16. Bump, 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 bump. Okay. I'm gonna get ready to pour this out. 16:12, come on, get the lid off. Here we go. Okay, developer can go down the drain, stop bath can go down the drain. All right, we're putting in the stop bath. Fixer cannot go down the drain. So, continue, stop bath, you're supposed to agitate as well. Maybe I should have stopped the countdown while I try to get this lid on, which is very difficult to get on, by the way. I think you just do it for about a minute, so let me just agitate. And you're supposed to agitate the entire time, apparently. Just kind of rotating it around, rotating the Patterson tank at the same time. The temperatures for the stop bath and the fixer are not as important. I'm gonna do this for a few seconds longer just because I didn't quite get it as the temperature for the developer. Okay, so fixing is 5 minutes. I'm gonna dump this, run a little water. Oh shoot, I can reuse stop bath. Damn it, I was gonna reuse that. Whatever. Okay, fixer goes in. I will definitely remember to reuse my fixer. So that is 600 millimeters of Kodak Fixer. We'll get this on here. It's really hard to get this on quickly. So when you have the timer going and time is of the essence, it's kind of annoying. Come on, get on there. Like everything, I'm assuming I'll just get quicker and better at this as time goes on. Okay, so we will continue with fixing. Agitation. I don't want to be too crazy with this, so I'm trying to sort of follow the metronome. You don't want to like shake it like a can of spray paint. How long are they going to make me do this? It's 5 minutes. I don't know if I have to agitate for the entire time. Okay, that was 1 minute. All right, we'll let this timer run for a bit. I don't think I have to agitate the entire time. And then after that will be, so this is the fixer. I'm gonna reuse this. I'll be pouring it into this container with a funnel. And then after that, we have the rinse. And then after that, I'm gonna do another rinse with a little bit of photo flow, which is just a wetting agent, which will hopefully prevent streaks. Some people might ask why I'm not using distilled water here. We have very soft water here. It's not hard at all. So I think it's gonna be fine as long as I put some photo flow on it for the final rinse. I guess we'll see, but like I said, this is kind of an experimental couple rolls, and they may not have any pictures on them anyway because my camera was all screwed up, but we'll see what happens. Funnel with a little bit of a mesh thingy. Is there a key that this goes in? Just to prevent any solids from the fixing process going in back into the big fixer bottle that I've got here. We're just about ready. All right, that is it for fixer. Man, that smell. So I hadn't developed film since college, basically. I've never done it at home, but I used to do photography in college. I took photography classes, and I would go into the darkroom there, and as soon as I started smelling these chemicals, I had such a crazy sense memory of these chemicals. It was kind of insane. I was just right back in that darkroom again. All right, so we can reuse the fixer quite a few times. We're putting that away. Next, we have a rinse. So I'm gonna do it the way Ilford recommends. Let me rinse this out. They just do, you fill it up and then you do some agitations. Some people will just run water through it forever, which seems a little wasteful to me. So I am just gonna rinse like that, or like this. Let me get rid of these. Keep things kind of clean up here. Okay, so I'm just going to fill this up with water that's not too hot or not too cold. And that's about it. Okay, we'll do some agitations. I guess you really need to kind of burp this thing to get it on all the way. So we'll do 5 agitations. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll pour it out. Fill her up. Okay, close enough. Okay, I'm starting to learn. 10 agitations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pour it out. I'm still noticing a little bit of that stop bath in there. And then we will do 20 agitations. And that'll be pretty much clean. I still might run some water over it for a little bit, just to make sure. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 19, 20. And that's it. Pour this out. And now I can take this off, because the film is developed, supposedly. All right, I'm gonna let a little more water run over it while I clean some things up. Not too hard. Let's just do it right there. I'm directing the water to the middle of the spindle. I don't want to just shoot it right on top of the film. At least I don't think so. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. It's my first time, gang. Okay, do a little cleaning, and then we'll do the Hypoflow rinse, or PhotoFlow 2000 or 200 wetting agent rinse, where I think you just put a couple little drops in there and just rinse it. And then we'll check to see if we actually have pictures. Should be interesting. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more water in. Just fill it up basically to the top of the film. Like so. Then I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of this PhotoFlow. It says on the box, or on the bottle, that you only need 1 milliliter, but I have no way to only measure 1 milliliter, so I'm just gonna put a tiny bit in. If I can get it off. Come on, baby. Basically just wetting solution. It smells kind of soapy. So let's just put a tiny bit. That's probably way more than enough. And I'll sort of just move this around in there. That's it. All right. I guess we can see what we've got. All right, let's take out the spindle. Uh-oh, that does not look promising. Like I said, these were rolls that might not have actually worked because my camera wasn't working at the time. I would love to get at least some photographs on here. Not even sure how you get this off now. Can you just take them apart? Yeah, I probably should have looked into that. This is not how you take it off. How do I take this off? Oh, shoot. How do I get it off the reel? I can't go the opposite direction. Oh, there are pictures. There are some pictures. That's a good sign. Okay, much of the end of this roll, much of the roll in general had nothing on it, and that's because of my camera. But I have a few. So I'm not gonna have to dry too much of this. You can see how much is actually, maybe you can see how much there actually isn't anything on here. But let me get my scissors. So this has nothing. This is when my camera just stopped working, basically. So I already hung the other one up. I'll show you that in a sec. But now, let's get the next one out. There's got to be a better way to open these reels. Can you undo them? I thought you could pull them out to put 120 film on these, which would make it a lot easier to get the film off. There's got to be a way that I'm just not finding. Oh, here we go. Okay, there we go. So far, aha, there are pictures on this again. Not very many, some empty shots, but there are some. Okay, gang. I think I have successfully developed some film. I'm gonna go hang this up as well. I'm going to snip some of this off because I don't need so much of it. Rats like so. Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna go hang this up. That's awesome. Results! Obviously, like, a lot of shots were missed on these rolls. I was expecting that because my camera was jamming up and getting all kinds of messed up. But we have developed pictures successfully. I think in the future, if I'm hanging stuff up to dry in the bathtub like this, I will run the bathtub and get it nice and humid in here to kind of bring the dust down. I don't really care about these shots because, I don't know, I assumed they weren't gonna work. They actually did work, but anyway, look at that. We developed some film.